Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Leela Web Dev. Today we will be diving into two super powerful concepts in the bash. One is piping and another one is the output redirection. So you need to understand about this one. So one is piping concept and another one is the output redirection. So these are the two important concepts in the bash. So here you don't think about this Node.js, it is in the bash. So I will try to explain you. So if you want to chain commands in the bash or save command outputs to a file in the bash means then we will be using this one piping and also the output reduction. Piping means nothing but if you want to change the commands. So sending the output of one command as an input to the another command if you want to send it means so to the process also you can say it as a process. So you will be using the piping and if you want to save the output instead of printing it in the terminal the standard out if you want to make the standard out to another file or something like that means then we will be using the output redirection. Okay, so if you are new to bash or already familiar with the standard in, standard out and standard error, don't worry, this is going to be the straightforward and fun. Let's jump right in. So let's try to understand what is the piping in the bash. Okay, so first of all let's talk about the piping. Piping in bash is done using this character. So what is that character? So here in the backslash you will be able to have shift and like this if you press. So this is the character which you'll be using. We call it as in pipe normally, which you can type. So like this backslash shift, that one it will be there. Okay, so now what does it do? It's a super simple but incredibly powerful here in this one. The pipe takes the standard output of one process and feeds it directly into the standard input of the another process. That's it. So that is the main thing. So here, so you will be having one command. So process one. If you keep the pipe here, so whatever the standard output that is coming from this process, it will feed into the as a standard input to the another process. That's it. That is the main thing. So this lets you chain the multiple commands together to do some really cool things. So to make this clear, so let's try to look at a quick example. Suppose let's say that I am using some command, something like echo some string, some. So this is the one command or process. Let's say, let's think that why, because echo is a Unix executable file which is present in the slash bin. So I have already shown you in our previous videos. So now if I try to press echo, press enter, so it is printing the to the standard output, right? So now what we can do, but using this pipe, whatever the output we are getting some string, so we can send it to the another process. So let's try this one. Let's try this output by sending it to our Node.js application. So we have our Node.js application, simple Node.js application, right? Let's go to our playground.js file. Okay. So here, what we are trying to do, let's try to comment out this one. Comment out this one. So this one is about the process starting, right? So here we are trying to read the data from the standard in. So whoever is starting, we are trying to read it data. So now whatever the data we are getting it. So here this one it will try to do it. Let's try to go to our node terminal. Okay, and let's move into my current terminal. Okay, current environment. So now what we need to do. So so in that script, what we are doing here in the script, we are reading from the standard input, logging a message, something like got the data from the input terminal, and we are printing the input data. Right? That is the thing which we are trying to do. It simple. Apart from this, we are not doing anything. So now you need to understand one thing, that piping only works with the standard output, not with the standard error. So let's modify here. Let's try to let's try to do this one. Where is my terminal? Mhm. So let's try to run this node playground.js file, and I'm using the pipe. Sorry. The standard. So echo some string. So this output should go into the as an input to the node.js. So node playground.js file. So now if I try to press enter, see The node.js is printing got the data from the input terminal, and whatever the output we are printing in the input, we are getting it as an input for the node.js. So that is the thing. Okay, cool, right? So but we can do it further also, this one. So let's change this one with further. So for example, let's say that here node playground, right? So the output which we are getting got the data from input terminal, so we can send it to another process also, like using this pipe. Let's say that I want to translate. Okay, so all the lower letters, what are the lower letters are there, to the upper. Okay, maybe this one will work, I think. If I try to press enter, lower and upper. Okay, try to, what is the wrong way? Here it should be in the single quotes, I think. For exact, let's see. If I press enter, everything in the output itself has been changed. Okay, so let's try to see with another one. Okay, where, okay, we need to press enter. See, now the entire thing has been changed to the capital letter. So now what we have read, so this is the standard output. It has went into as a standard input, and the whatever the output we are getting, and we are sending it as an input to this one, and the output we are printing it in the terminal. So this is the thing which we are taking. This pipe lets us combine echo, our node.js script, and also the tr to transform the data into a one smooth chain. So you can keep piping to more process to do even more also. So that is what I want to tell you. So now this one, if you try to check, if I try to open one thing, and here if I write standard error, okay, so if I do this one, so what will happen? So now you will be able to see that if I do this one, still we are able to sending the standard error data normal, it has been printed, whereas the translate, it has been converted into uppercase letter. So you need to understand that the piping only works with the standard output, so not the standard error. So if you try to print the standard error, automatically the output will be printed normally without any change. So this is the standard output we are printing it. So this is because the pipe only grabs the standard out. Standard error stays out of the chain and goes straight to the terminal. Keep this in mind when working with the pipes. So now you have a pretty understanding about the pipes. I hope that you got a pretty understanding about the pipes. Now let's try to understand about the output redirection. So what is this output redirection? Let's move on to this output redirection. This is similar to piping only, but instead of sending output to another process, we are saving it to a file or reading a file from standard input. It's a super easy once you know the standard streams. So now once you know the standard streams, for example, let's say that, so we will be having three types. Okay, here let's go to the output redirection. So we are learning about the output redirection, right? So here you need to understand that the number, so 0 is for standard input and 1 is for standard output. Okay, and the last one 2 is for standard error. So these are the things which you need to understand. So let's try redirecting standard out to a file. So using our node.js. So let's say that I am having our node.js script, right? So node playground.js file. So if I try to print here, sending the standard data, so it is sending only the standard data. So what I will be trying to do it is in our playground.js file. So I will comment out this one. We are not sending any data, right? So here I am writing this one. So I am writing one standard output, I am writing one standard error also. So let's try to check this one. Let's clear it out. So if I try to run this one, sending data to the terminal or standard out and sending the standard error data. So this is the data which we are trying to send it. Here is one. Okay, let's leave it. So now this is the data where it is coming, I think. So now here, so we are sending it. Okay, so we are sending the, maybe somewhere I have it. So now I want to write this output data to a file. So let's try to write node playground.js file. Okay, so the standard output, so 1 greater than whatever the output we are getting from the node.js. I want to write it to the text.txt file. That's it. So now if I try press enter, so now here the output, we didn't get any output, only the standard error data has been printed. So that means the output we are able to send it. Now if I try to check it in our text.txt file, so whether we are having the text.txt file or not. Yeah, here we are having it. If you try to see here, sorry, this is the file. Sending data to the terminal as standard. So now instead of printing it in the terminal, we are able to see that the data has been saved in the file. So not only this one, so you can also send the standard error to the file also. So here you can mention 2 greater than, and here you can mention error.txt file. So now if I try to press enter, you haven't seen any output or anything, but the output will be saved in this one and the error will be saved in this one. Let's try to see here. The text automatically has been saved, and if you try to see error.txt file, see it has been saved in the error file. So this is how you can make use of this output so that you can save it. So you are redirecting the output to save it in a particular file. Okay, not only this one, so you can also send input to this one, input to the node thing. Let's say that I am printing out this one. Okay, I am removing the comment here. So now let's go into our code. Okay, and here node playground.js file. Okay, playground.js file, and here 0. So you can use the 0 like this, we need to use. And here I want to read it from the, let's say the text.txt file only. So already we have it, right? So this is the file which needs to take the content. If I try to press enter, see the data which sending data to the terminal sending. So these all the things we got it. So now here sending data to, so whatever the data we are having it here, we got the data from the input terminal. So here is, yeah, got the data from the input terminal, sending data to, so whatever the output we are having, so we are able to print this one. So this is how we can able to send the data, and also we can able to read the data. So we can send it as an input. So that means here 0, 1, greater, you have learned about the greater than, less than, pipe, 1, 2 and 0, you have learned it, right? For example, let's say that whenever you are trying to do this one, so 1 less than txt, so if I'm trying to press this enter, okay, and what it is happening here, so the text.txt file always it is getting, okay, so it has been saved it, right? So you will be always, for example, let's say that node, okay, it is try to comment it out. Now let me clear it off. Now if I try to press enter, see we got the data. If you try to see the text.txt file, see we got it only thing. And if I try to run again this one, again what it is happening, again the same one. So if you want the data to be appended, then what we need to use here, we need to use the double greater than. Okay, now if I try to run this one, see the data is getting appended. So how many times you run it, so the data will be get appended to this one. Instead of writing the 1, so by normal, if you don't mention it, by default it is 1 only. So if you try to press enter, then also you'll be able to see the output. So this is all about the output redirection and also the input redirection. So now apart from this one, so if you want to discard the output, or if you want to discard the error, so what you can do it is, instead of printing it here, so instead of printing it here, you want to discard the error output in order printing. So then what you can do it is, so here you can write it like this, and that 2 standard error, right? So you can tell it should be when go to trash. So here the /dev/null means here so sometimes you don't want certain outputs like errors or something, so you can redirect them to a special file in a Unix called /dev/null. Think of it is like a digital trash, so where the data goes and it is gone for good. So now if we try to press enter, so we are not able to see the standard error output right now. Previously we are able to see it, but this one, the standard error has gone into trash. So that is the thing. Okay, so now we have seen about the appending and also the overriding also. So overriding means single greater than symbol you will be using. If you want means double greater than, you need to use it. So that's it guys about this one. So now I will try to I will tell you so what are the things we have learned up to now. So here in our piping concept, so we have learned about the piping which should be implemented as an like this. So why we are using piping? So whatever the standard output of one process, we will be sending it as a standard input to the another process. And we have learned about the output reduction. Instead of printing it in the standard output, we can redirect that standard output or standard error or standard input to save in a file. So now the 0 is for standard input and this standard out and standard error. Apart from this one, we have learned about the greater than, how it is useful, and also double greater than also we have seen it, and also single less than also we have seen it, not dot. Okay. So this one we have seen it, and apart from this we have seen also the pipe thing. So that's it guys about this one. So I will try to tell you one fun fact. You can try it in your friends bash if you people are using the Linux. So now what you can do it is, so just you can write the echo. So normally if I try to run a new file, immediately the G shell is getting opened, right? So you can run a simple command, something like echo sleep, okay, 3 or something like that, and you can append it to the ZSHRC file. So now if you run this command, what will happen in your G shell config file? Automatically the sleep will run. Now if I try to press enter, it will be going, right? If I try to run a new terminal, so it will take some time to start the terminal. See, after some time the terminal will start. So now what will happen? Okay, your friend will get confused, right? So but please don't do this one. It's just a funny thing I am trying to show you. If your co-worker doesn't know the Unix or something like that, means they will be so much confused. So let's keep this workspace something like your friendship or something friendly only. So now just I am trying to show you what are the things which we have learned. So if you want to remove this one, means so I have already explained you. Let's go to the zconfig file, and at the bottom you'll be able to see that the file will be appended, that the line will be appended here, and you can remove this entire thing, okay, and automatically save. Now if I try to press Ctrl C, immediately it will be open. So just I am trying to show you the things what we have learned, so we can use it in our visualize thing. That's it guys about this concept. So hope you understood about these things, piping and output reduction. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.